afternoon, everybody. It is meteorologist Adrian weather forecast, and welcome back to another video, guys. This is going to be a video on the winter storm going through parts of the Midwest as we speak right now. Sorry if the video came out a bit late. I was busy cleaning the house for a sleepover tonight. But here I am talking about, this is going to be a forecast, a detailed forecast, having detailed radar and having the National Weather Service for you guys have the latest on this possible winter storm, or yes, it is possible, with this very heavy wind, a lot of heavy snow as we speak, and for parts of Iowa and Minnesota and all those areas. But going to be a lot of heavy snow. It's going to be very rare because it's almost May, guys, and we're having possible blizzard conditions in some areas. We actually have blizzard warnings for parts of Montana. But guys, before we start this video, please do not forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys. I've actually gotten only a subscriber this week, so I just hope you guys can get a bit more subscribers for I can get to 1K, because I really want to get there, but I need your guys' help. But let's just get started with this video, guys. So, for parts of stretching from all the way to northern Illinois to parts of the Minnesota and Iowa border, we have winter storm warnings. This is not going to affect Minneapolis. It's going to be like the very southern part of Minnesota, more like the northern part of Iowa. To be honest, so Chicago stretching all the way to parts of Iowa. Winter storm warnings with bigger accumulations and probably and a possibility more wind. Here for the outside parts, we have winter storm advisories. We don't have any watches out except for the Dakotas. That's going to be another snowstorm coming in. So it's going to be spring's getting held back again, guys, with some more some more snow for parts of the northern part. But yeah, we have advisories stretching from all the way to Minnesota to Michigan. So yeah, let's just get started with the NAM 3KAM radar. All right. So this is like an hour from now, guys. So you can see it's not affecting Minneapolis, not affecting Green Bay, not affecting Milwaukee yet. It's going to hit Madison, Wisconsin, already hitting the University of Wisconsin. They're stretching for all the way to southern Minnesota to all the way to Chicago. Or northern, I would say more the northern part of Chicago. If you're in the southern part of the Chicago area, you're going to get more like a rain and mix. But I'm going to be very heavy rain, very heavy snow for parts of the Iowa area near Des Moines, but a bit more north. And we're also going to have some very heavy snow near the Iowa and Illinois border. And we're going to have possibly some severe weather for parts of the southern part of the storm. But again, going to stretch. I mean, this is probably the little line of very heavy snow. So yeah, that's what it's looking like. I think an hour, or I believe an hour from now. Let's check out more into the future. So as we get more into the afternoon times, we have very heavy snow for parts of the north central. So it's like in the central of the state, but it's in the northern part near the Minnesota or Wisconsin border. Sorry. At this time, Milwaukee is going to get some flurries, and they're going to get some snow right after. Chicago going to get some very heavy snow. So it's going to be a more of a southern Wisconsin and northern Illinois storm. That's where we can have the biggest accumulations, and even Iowa can have a lot of snow too. And the rain going to just split in half the snow in between the rain. Not really looking like we have ice with this storm, and not looking like it. As we get more into the evening hours, parts of southwestern Michigan can get some very heavy snow, especially near the border of Indiana, but just going to be more in general of the area in the western part of the state. And then Milwaukee can get some very, very heavy snow as we get into the evening hours. At least Iowa and at least Minnesota, and the lightest snow will be near the western part of Illinois and Wisconsin, and we can have some very heavy snow near the lake area. And then we can have some very heavy rain with this, and then maybe possible some little areas with possible freezing rain. And then as we get more, it's going to get closer to tomorrow. It's actually going to get closer to the Indiana, Michigan area as it moves east. If you're in northern Indiana, like very up north, you're just going to get maybe some light flurries as it goes off. And then we have a possible snowstorm here. That can be my next video, as that's why we had those winter storm watches. So let's look at the accumulations. So in the general area where we have those warnings, that's where we can have up to 7 to 8 inches, guys. So yeah, 7 to 8 inches for parts of the northern Illinois area. It's near the northwestern Illinois and southwestern Wisconsin. That's where we can have a bullseye for the storm. And Chicago can actually have surprisingly up to half a foot of snow, and then also a possibility of having 5 to 6 inches for parts of the very, very northern part of Indiana. Like if you're like a mile from the border of Michigan, that's where you can have the bullseye. And not really general this northern part of Indiana, but like I actually mean general, like really northern part of Minnesota, or sorry, Indiana. Not a lot of accumulations for Minnesota in the storm. Only 2 inches in the GFS model, and Milwaukee now looking like they're gonna have a lot of accumulation either, as the storm's gonna be fast moving. But again, near the Illinois-Wisconsin border, that's where we can have up to half a foot to more snow, about 8 inches or so. Let's check out the European model of radar now, as we looked at the GFS. Let's check out the European model. So you can see a similarity, as we see that very heavy snow for the heaviest amount will be in Iowa as we speak. But as you can see, it goes a bit more into the in the central. It stretches to central Iowa, getting that very heavy snow there, as if in the GFS it was more into the northeastern part. And you can see in the GFS there's a lot more ice showing up in the radar here. Not a lot of ice in the tropical tidbits, but here, for parts of the north central parts of Iowa and southern Minnesota, can have possible freezing rain threats, and then also for parts of north central Illinois. And then separate from this part of the storm, we have that freezing rain separating Chicago from Des Moines, where they're getting that partial snow there. But we can have a lighter amount also for parts of near the lake areas, not getting super heavy at this time yet. The heaviest amount will be in the northern part of Illinois, in southern part of Wisconsin, and like I said, west or eastern part of Iowa. Let's move on, and you can see it moves very, very rapidly, or rapidly fast, and you can see it's going to bring some ice from parts of western Michigan before it even brings that snow, as it's going to be more into the lake area. Now the GFS is showing the European showing a lot more heavy snow for the Indiana area, especially this early. Is showing earlier timing to the snow in Indiana, and it's also showing a lot more heavier snow for parts of near the Chicago area. It's bringing that heavy snow really down south compared to the GFS model, and then bringing that ice for parts of the southern part, splitting that rain and snow. Let's go into very fast. It rapidly moves into the Michigan, Indiana, Ohio area, bringing some very heavy snow. Actually, in between the three borders, right there, the rest can have some freezing rain and ice threat. So looking like more the if you're favoring snow in Indiana or Michigan, you probably want to be looking like as a GFS model to be true. But again, the accumulations will be quite high for those areas too. So guys, this is the European model of snow. It's actually showing a bit more snow for the Indiana area, the northwestern part, showing a bit more snow for the northwestern part of Indiana, but showing a lot less snow for parts of the western Michigan area. Only about maybe even half an inch to 3 inches at most, maybe even 4 if you're right here in parts of Michigan. But the very, very southern tip, like very close to the Indiana border, you can have 7 inches, 6 inches. So you're gonna have to live really in the southern part of this Michigan to have that accumulations. And then we can have even a little spot right here with 6 inches for parts of southwestern Minnesota, showing about even half an inch for parts of Minneapolis. But again, up to 5 inches, a bit more snow for central Iowa, 5 to 6 inches for those areas. Very heavy snow, and then we're gonna have a little line or a band of very heavy snow stretching from parts of near the Iowa border, the Iowa all the way to Michigan and Indiana border. It's showing a lot more snow actually for Chicago, up to 8 inches, unless getting 6, you get 8. And it's 2 inches difference. That's not a lot. We're Chicago. We're used to this. I'm saying at this timing, the timing at this first is at night for Chicago. And then look at it. It's almost May. 8 inches compared to 6 is actually a very big difference compared to when you're at May than December or something like that. And then for that northern tip of Illinois, Wisconsin, and the Iowa, where they all meet, that's where again have the similarity of with 8 inches of snow. Just words are just coming out really wrong or not what I meant. So, sorry guys, I've been talking a lot today, so it's just coming out not how I anticipated. But again, we're gonna have up to 8 inches of snow, not rain. That'll be crazy. And then stretching all the way to northern part of Illinois to maybe even north central, and then Milwaukee showing a lot less snow, not even an inch actually. I would just say quarter of an inch. So just a dusting basically. So yeah, hope you guys like this video. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding on the snowstorm. And if you guys are in the Midwestern area, including northern Illinois, northwestern Indiana, and parts of west or eastern Iowa, and maybe in southern Wisconsin, you guys please be careful. Not gonna be blizzard conditions in my opinion. Not gonna be enough wind and not enough snow. Only seeing at most 7.5 inches to 8 inches, guys. So guys, hope you guys like this video. Another rare snowstorm for parts of the spring area. And yeah, see you guys in the next video, and please do not forget to like and subscribe.